Hey guys, so today I'm going to be trying the Zoomed Crested Gecko food with my 5 Crested Geckos. Normally I feed them either Pangea with insects, or I'm going to start feeding them Pangea breeding diet because one of my geckos, or a couple of them, will be breeding, so I assume that one has like more calcium and everything. But I'm just trying this Zoomed food just because all reptiles, all animals, all beings kind of need variety in their diet. So this might be helpful because while the gecko foods are very similar across the brands, they are different, and I just want to see if this is something that I can implement into their diet. So I have 4 up here, and then 1 that hasn't really been eating gecko diet as much as it should be. It's been more on insects just because it like stopped eating the gecko diet. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed these 4, and then just kind of see how they like it, and then I'll feed the last one. So this is my adult female Darwin here, and I started first trying to give it to her, and she didn't seem super interested. She like licked at it, but not like really gulped at it, and like she didn't eat it a whole lot. And then I went ahead and put her back, and I think she jumped into her enclosure. So I tried to feed some to my adult female Crested Gecko Darwin, but she did not seem interested in it. She just didn't seem like she wanted to eat at all. So that's pretty normal for her. I mean, she's an adult, so I don't need to feed her every other day. And I just fed her yesterday, so she's probably fine. That's just sometimes she doesn't eat. It's pretty normal for her. So now I'm going to move on to Darwin, my juvenile female, or sub-adult female, something like that, and try to see if she wants any of it. Sorry for the laundry noises in the background. But Teddy's kind of the same way. Sometimes Teddy isn't interested in food, so we'll see. Sometimes Teddy just wants insects. Let's see. Okay. So either this is coincidence or that's just how it is. Looks like Teddy doesn't want any either. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the other 3 geckos. This could be because it is that diet, and I mean, it makes sense. If they're not used to it, then they're not going to really like it. That makes sense to me anyway. Some animals are like that. Some animals are more prone to being alright with variety in their diet. I'm looking for Leonard here, and there he is. He's a cutie. I'm going to get him out. Okay. So I think I have tried this food with Leonard before, and he seemed to be alright with it. So, it's dripping. Let's see. He will generally eat anything you put in front of him. He has like never refused food. So, looks like it is alright in the... Seems like it's acceptable to Leonard here, unlike the females. Leonard is a juvenile male, and he's on the skinnier side. I don't know why, or maybe he's not. Honestly, I'm not sure. I've kept 2 females for like the longest time, so it seems like males are just a little bit skinnier than him, but I'm not exactly sure on that, if that's like normal, but here, that's what he looks like. But he seems to like it, which is good. He also wants to move around. I probably should start holding these guys. I hold them when I feed them, so they do get quite a bit of interaction, but not like, I don't just ever hold them just to hold them. Like, it's very rare that I'll get them out to do that. But I probably need to work with them a little bit more just to build up some trust and normality with them being handled, because it seems like Darwin's gotten a little bit more touchy lately, which is unideal. So here we have Garfunkel's tank, and Garfunkel has always been a little bit crazy. Like I was saying, all the geckos seem to have been being a little bit more nuts lately, but Garfunkel's kind of always had that personality, I think. But he can be chill sometimes too. I'm gonna try to get him sit right there, and we're going to see if he wants any. So that action right there is pretty normal. Whenever I put food up to him, he seems to do that. He seems alright with it. He's licking it, but not like eating it a lot. Not sure what he's thinking here. Okay, that's a pretty weird. He is licking it. He does not seem to like it. He's literally wiping it off of himself, so I'm gonna go ahead and put him back. I really don't think there's anything wrong with this food. I'm probably gonna try it again because I don't want to waste a bunch of food. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the geckos either. They just don't seem into it right now. But now I will go ahead and try it with the last one, which is Luna, which is also a male. I thought it was a female. Turns out to be a male. I am going to rehome Luna because I got Garfunkel and Leonard and Luna together, and I had already had Darwin and Teddy. And I've now decided that I want to rehome Luna, because the plan was to have 2 males, 3 females, but then Luna turned out not to be a female, so I'm going to go ahead and rehome her. But I actually got a group of 6, and I split 3 of them with another YouTuber, Shelled Reptiles, and he got 3. He got an adult female and 2 smaller ones. One was the same size as Luna, and the other one was a baby. And those were supposed to be females, but he's thinking that the juvenile, which was just like Luna, is also a male. So I guess that's unideal. But I really like Garfunkel and Leonard and Teddy and Darwin. They're really cool. So I want to keep them, but I'm not as interested in Luna. And Luna's actually in a tub currently because, like I said, she wasn't eating. So I had moved around through a couple of terrariums, and I think I might have stressed her out from moving her too much, which is very unideal. So I went ahead and put her in a small tub. And the reason I did this is because I feel like I stressed her out because she stopped eating, which, like I said, very unideal. Or she stopped eating Crested Gecko diet. She wouldn't eat dubia roaches either, which are a species of feeder insects that I breed. So that's what Darwin will eat sometimes. That's what Teddy will eat sometimes. Garfunkel and Leonard have never eaten dubia roaches for whatever reason. But she would eat crickets, so I've been feeding her crickets. But that's just because that's the only thing she'll eat. And there's actually a cricket right here. So I'm going to try to feed her some of this. We'll see how it goes. But she'll lick a little bit generally of if I give her any Crested Gecko diet. But as you can see, she's not a big fan. Let's see. Should be. She's been acting a little bit better towards it recently. seems like it's not her favorite thing again. She will generally like a little bit if I give her some type of gecko diet, but not a lot, not enough to be sustainable, I guess. So that's why I've been trying to feed her crickets, just because I didn't want her to lose weight or anything, because she's not, or he, I've been saying she this whole time. I'm used to referring to him as a girl. Sorry for that. It is a male. Yeah, he's been eating insects just to get something into him. So I have this in here as a hide. But I'll feed these guys again. None of them seem to particularly like this food. So, again, I don't think it's a bad food. It did seem to be more expensive than Pangea. I can't give exact numbers because I bought it a while ago at this point. Because it was actually one of the foods that I was trying to give Luna to see if she would eat. And she didn't eat it any more than the Pangea diet. So, that's something. I have heard that Reptiles is a very good food to feed them, but it is more expensive than Pangea. So I feel like Pangea is the best because that's what I've been feeding them, and that's what they all like, except Luna. And that's probably what I'll stick with. I'm excited to try the breeding diet, and I will do a video on that when I do that. So sorry for the disappointing, kind of boring video here. None of them really ate, but I hope you guys enjoyed anyway. If you did, like down below. If you have any comments or concerns, comments below, and different content, and then subscribe. Have a fantastic day.